pop my peas. Here go. Testing. 1, 2. How I sound.
You sound like you're about to be announcing some jazz coming up.
Our viewership states that our audience really likes jazz.
Oh, so you're a boring jazz guy.
I was about to fall asleep.
From the Creative Complex in Miami Lakes, Florida, Macho Cine talks with your host, David Liz.
What? I'm like Arsenio Hall. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Macho Cine Talks episode 6, where we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving. Well, actually, we're going to be talking about something that's Thanksgiving adjacent. You see, the thing is, there aren't that many good Thanksgiving movies. So instead of talking about Thanksgiving itself and the movies associated with it, I think we're going to talk about something that's very, very, very closely related to Thanksgiving, and that is food.
Asking ChatGPT here, what are the best food movies? Because we are a very prepared show.
And joining me today on episode 6 is a guy that we've seen before. This guy was with us for the sports episode. We want to thank him for coming again. Raul Hernandez, thank you so much for being here, my brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
What?
Of course, you needed to bring in an expert to talk about food, and what better person than Raul Hernandez?
Yo, you know it, bro. And behind the scenes, we have another food connoisseur.
Stop calling me fat. Yeah, just fat puns.
Welcome, Pico, to the show once again.
And we don't have the AI thing anymore because I was tired. My contract is union, and it says that I have to be there in person.
Yeah.
Even
No
though
more Zoom.
I'm in a little
Sorry.
cave.
I need you to come to the office from now on and do your 8 hours.
The darkest little corner of the studio.
Look,
Like everything
we need
is
to get
so
around
beautiful.
the
and then-
SAG-AFTRA loopholes, and this is the best way we do it, okay?
Go back to your corner, Pico.
I'm sorry.
Your dark corner. We don't have the AI avatar anymore, guys. I hope you don't miss it too much, but I think this is better because everybody wants to see the behind-the-scenes person. Why not? Bro, as I was saying, I feel like there aren't that many good Thanksgiving. I mean, I can name a couple, but it's not like there's like this plethora. I know about the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Charlie Brown, the great pumpkin patch movie.
That's right. There's also
Charlie
Planes,
Brown.
Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
It's like John Candy and Steve Martin, and they're
Yes.
trying to get home for
Which
Thanksgiving.
is a great film. I recommend any holidays watch it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie The Ref?
No, I
with
haven't.
Kevin Spacey and Dennis Leary? It's actually a decent movie. I think Dennis Leary's like holding up a family hostage, and they're having like their Thanksgiving dinner, but they're like really pissed at each other, like each family member.
Okay.
And Dennis Leary, the guy who's doing the home invasion, is pretty much the referee between the family.
So hold on. So this is like some kind of a comedy where he's robbing them, but the family is so toxic
Dysfunctional,
and
yeah.
dysfunctional. Oh gosh, that he has to sort of like make peace between them.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
It's a pretty funny movie. The only other movie I can think of is a horror movie, Thanksgiving. The actual Thanksgiving movie.
2007.
yeah.
Dark comedy, Thanksgiving. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I have a camera now, so I have to be. Help! I'm stuck in this attic.
Okay, so hold on. So you're saying that there's
I'm
good,
saying that ChatGPT says there's a movie called Thanksgiving in 2007.
right, but the one that I know about just came out not too long ago.
Well, I think the 2007 thing was that Planet Terror. Oh man, what was the Quentin Tarantino movie? Was with guy. He's a stunt driver. And it's Kurt Russell, but he's the villain.
Death Proof.
Death Proof.
Oh,
Planet Terror,
Death Proof.
and
Okay.
Planet
Grindhouse.
Okay,
Grindhouse.
yeah.
So that
Pico, how do you know so much?
You know, I just so smart, and I use the powers of Google.
You know what, Raul? You should know more because you used to have your own movie podcast.
I did. Well, I was part of a movie podcast. Shout out Neary Signs, David Ulloa, and Jeff, Mount Geekmore.
Mount Geekmore, that's the name of that was the name of the podcast.
MT Geekmore, yeah.
That is like the best movie podcast name, Mount
We
Geekmore.
had some.
Was your
pretty
logo
visuals.
like Rocky on top of the mountain going like this? Like
Dude, that would have been great. Instead, it was just 4 fat Cuban heads on this mountain.
do they make up the mountain, the four heads?
Pretty much, yeah. It was just
Oh,
4
goodness.
dorks.
Oh, okay, like Rushmore. Duh.
Yes,
I'm so dumb.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Rushmore, Mountain Geek More.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Took me like 2 full minutes to process that. Oh, that's great, man.
But yeah, so those are the 2 Thanksgiving movies I can think of right off the top of my head.
Here's a Thanksgiving movie that you're not thinking of that we spoke about on the show before, and it's actually Addams Family Values.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It does take place. Is that the second one?
The second one.
When they're at camp?
At camp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and they're preparing like the show with the kids, and they all have to dress up, and they have
It's a
the Indians, and they have the
Thanksgiving
pilgrims. That's not even on my list over here. But you know what? We're not talking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're talking about food movies.
Food, glorious food. You heard that song?
Wait, what does
It goes, food, glorious food. I think it goes, pancake, something, and mustard. And it's a song.
It sounds like something Homer Simpson would sing.
He probably has on it, honestly.
But since we are going to be talking about food,
Yes.
what is like your favorite Thanksgiving dish? And I don't want you to tell me lechon y arroz moro because we're all Cuban, we're all Latino here, and I understand, and maybe people don't understand that we growing up most likely didn't have turkey. We had pork, and we had rice and beans, and but I want to know what's your favorite American. Thanksgiving is an American holiday. What is your American Thanksgiving like your favorite dish?
So my family, thank God, they tried to gentrify. They tried to acclimate to American culture, right?
Okay.
So while we did have Noche Buena and we did have our lechon for weeks, my favorite Thanksgiving dish, it goes between. I'm a side dish guy.
Okay,
honestly,
yeah.
So it's between either really good mac and cheese, like fire mac and cheese.
It's
or,
hard to get fire mac and cheese, I feel like.
You know why? Because this is a problem, and I recommend this to all people who do try to make a Thanksgiving dish. Mac and cheese should be the last thing made for the
It needs to be hot.
because it needs to be hot and it needs to be moist. It needs to have
Moist.
it can't be dry. That's the problem with most mac and cheese is that people do it first or they do it middle and it dries out. You gotta do it last so it maintains the moisture and gooiness.
Good tip for all y'all watching this
Listen
and
to a fact.
getting ready to make your Thanksgiving meal.
Moist.
Moist. But
Moist.
number one with a bullet, I think most people would agree with me on this.
Sorry.
He's
Okay,
still
go ahead.
setting up the joke, and we're just
Okay.
moist.
Sorry. Go ahead.
This is just a clip. This is an
Mojado.
internet clip just to trigger the world because it's such a bad word. Why is moist such a bad word?
I have no idea.
What part's the worst part? The o, or the
it's-
oist?
I think it's the last part.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
think
oist.
end.
It's the-
I would agree.
Oist.
It's like I feel like I'm also like saying the forehead. I don't know if somehow it's connected.
It
in my
makes your
brain.
face do a weird position. It's like oist.
You can't
Moist.
say the word without looking like weird and
Yeah.
off or perverted or something.
Moist.
Okay. Back to the story. Back to the food. We're talking about food.
So, number one, the bullet. And I think a lot of people agree with me on this. Stuffing. Stuffing, I think, is the most
Really? Okay.
important Thanksgiving dish.
I mean,
Pico, what about you? What do you think?
salty. It's delicious.
It is.
moist.
Yeah.
Stuffing is also one of those things that should be made towards the end as well.
Yes.
I mean, I like me some turkey with gravy. Just smother the crap out of it. Fat man here.
Yeah.
I like me some cream corn.
Really? You're a
Really?
cream corn guy. Okay.
This is what we do, right? Because
Yeah.
this is Thanksgiving. It's the
You're getting my
American
nipples hard.
Thanksgiving.
Come on, keep
all right?
going.
We like to do arrocito blanco, white rice,
¿Y qué más?
and we put like cremita de queso,
Oh, I
like
love
queso
queso.
crema,
Crema.
cream cheese,
Oh, cream cheese. Okay.
cream cheese,
okay.
and we put a little bit of rice.
Oh.
No, I already said the rice. We
This
put a
sounds
little
like
bit of corn.
Imperial Americano.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
So it's
Pone
corn,
mayonesa.
corn, cream cheese, and white rice. Put a little Parmesan on there.
Nice.
Bake that baby up.
Sounds good. Man, my mouth is watering. It sounds very good.
Mac and cheese is good, right?
mac and cheese.
My
But-
hope is to make people hungry when they're watching this episode.
I'll
Nothing-
even do a green bean casserole. I like a green bean casserole, actually.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
I don't think
Buttery
Pico
mashed
likes the
potatoes.
green bean casserole. He's like giving a thumbs down for that.
Oh,
You know,
here's
I
a-
even like
Do me.
The cranberry sauce.
Bro,
Wow.
A little bit
get
of
out
sweet.
this podcast when you bring Pico in.
Pico, come over here.
A little bit of sweet. A little bit of salty.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right, Pico, I have a very important question, fat to fat. Okay, here we go.
David will never understand.
He'll never understand this. Okay, listen.
Oh.
I'm sorry, David.
You guys are excluding me. Okay, go ahead.
Mashed potatoes. Do you go for the soft middle or do you try to get the crunchy edge?
I see where you're going. I see where you're going. You got to get a little bit of both. You got to get a little bit of both.
Okay.
I'm crunchy edge all day.
All right, so what are some of the movies that we watched?
Hold on. What the heck? What about me? I got my favorite
No,
dishes.
you're always
too.
on a
David.
diet. You're
What
always
is
on a
it?
diet.
Protein powder and more protein
No,
powder?
bro,
What is this?
no.
You're like Jack's Films. You add a little protein to it.
Add some protein. I'm a mac and cheese guy also.
Okay.
Yeah. So my brother, he's the one that cooks a Thanksgiving meal. It's a tradition. He cooks it every single year, and he does the full spread. He does the turkey. He has that thing defrosting for like 3 days before. He does the mac and cheese. He does the mashed potatoes. He does a sweet potato casserole that is to die for. That is my favorite.
With the little marshmallows?
With the marshmallows.
Oh, that's
and
good.
they're toasty on top. So whenever you eat it, it's like, oh yeah, my mouth is literally
forgot
watering
about
right
that,
now.
yeah.
It's crispy on top. And then like the sweet potato casserole, I don't know what he does to it. He puts a magic spell on that sweet potato casserole. It is just that
It's butter.
good.
It's butter.
It's butter. It's delicious. And I can't wait to have some of it later this month.
I just gained 5 pounds just listening to that description.
I think that the next question is kind of like an obvious one. What's the most amount of food you've ever eaten in one sitting? So have you ever participated in a food eating contest? Have you ever just like been so hungry after like a long day at work or on a weekend and you just like spent $200 in Uber Eats and pretended it was for your family, but you bought it just for you? I mean, what is your story?
Okay, I have 3 stories if I can get them off. Okay.
Let's go.
Number 1.
Rapid fire. Come
okay,
on.
number 1. This is a fast one. I am notoriously the guy that goes to 2 drive-thrus in one shot.
Oh.
In fact,
So they built a Taco Bell Pizza Hut just for you.
bro, no, there's a Taco Bell that I exit and then I UE into a McDonald's. Dude.
Is that on 49th Street in Hialeah? Because I know all about that one. They're right next to each other.
I am a Diet Coke person.
Okay.
And the best Diet Coke, and I think there's even internet videos talking about it, the best Diet Coke is McDonald's Diet Coke. So
Everybody says that. All the Coke and soda connoisseurs say the same thing. The best Diet Coke comes from McDonald's.
Well,
Yes.
the reason why it's because they actually have metal kegs in which they keep the syrups and whatever in there. They're the only ones who are allowed to have the metal kegs in
Oh,
the
okay.
restaurant. So that's why McDonald's has the best Coca-Cola.
And I can attest to Taco Bell because when I was a teenager, I worked at Taco Bell and I changed the syrup boxes for the sodas, and they were all just cardboard boxes, and on the inside they had like a plastic lining that held the syrup. So no metal containers at Taco Bell.
And Taco Bell is Pepsi only. Now,
Oh yeah.
Pepsi was so desperate to compete with Coca-Cola that instead of trying to get their product in restaurants, they just purchased a whole bunch of restaurants, which is why we see Taco Bell, KFC, and these combo
Yeah.
restaurants, because they're all owned by
And they're all
PepsiCo.
owned by like their parent company Cisco, which I believe then is owned by Pepsi.
Conspiracy.
Dun, dun, dun. And who owns Pepsi? The Rothschilds.
Oh, we all have different
Rothschilds.
answers. Jesus.
Well, I said the Rothschilds. Who did you say?
I said the government as
Yeah,
well.
me
And who?
too.
Oh, the
Government.
government. Oh, okay.
Actually,
Who
but I'll-
owns the Rothschilds? The government.
The aliens. I want to change my answer to aliens. All right,
Okay.
food movies.
Okay. No, wait. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
sorry.
We're
sorry.
not there yet. What's
So-
the most amount of food that Raul has eaten in one sitting?
So that's one. Okay, we've done with that story.
Well, how
Story-
much could you possibly eat? Taco Bell,
Bro.
McDonald's.
I go to multiple.
Do you want to hear my
drive-thrus.
order? Do you want to hear the
We're
order?
doing the weave here, okay?
Okay, we're
doing a
weaving,
weave.
we're
We're doing
weaving.
a weave. Okay, here we go. Okay, so story 1. We're still on the 2 for 1. Okay, so I go to Taco Bell first. You go to Taco Bell first. Why? Taco Bell line generally faster than McDonald's line. So
Depends. But yes, okay, fine.
yes. So and you get the
My
food.
Taco Bell, the lines were crazy. Okay, just
My Taco Bell's pretty good. So Go in. I get a Crunchwrap Supreme chicken. I substitute beef for chicken.
Okay.
Healthy.
Okay.
That's
Gotta
a little
be
extra
healthy.
money. You're
Okay,
splurging.
It's a little
Uy.
bit, like 20 cents more.
El
Okay.
tipo tiene dinero.
All right. I get,
Yeah, money. Bling, bling. Every time I come around your city.
I get a chicken quesadilla, and then I will get, for some reason, a steak chalupa. And all that 3, boom, hits. Then Yui, boom, into McDonald's. 2 large Diet Cokes. Because I like to
Dang, 2. Okay.
wash
So,
it
okay, that's
down.
right. We are talking about the most.
We're
Okay.
está limpiando la boca. Okay,
Yeah,
we are washing it down well.
You gotta clean your palate after each
Yep.
bite. Of
Yep.
course.
And then if I'm still, I mean, it's very rare, but if I'm still a little hungies,
He goes to Flanagan's.
I get a 4-piece chicken nugget on the side.
Okay.
That is that
Hold
order.
on. So wait. So you're only going to McDonald's exclusively for the Diet Coke?
Diet Coke and maybe chicken nuggies.
Okay.
Maybe
okay.
chicken
All
nuggets.
right.
Okay. Now, so that is my normal order. Now, me and Pico went recently to one of my favorite buffets in Miami, and I'm gonna shout them out. Shinju, I love you, boys. I love you, Shinju. All right?
Shinju.
Sun-
Where are they? Where are they
Sunset and
located?
A7, baby.
Okay.
Love Shinju. Okay. I took one of our fellow comedians there, Alex Tarno, for the first time.
Tarno.
Love Tarno. And he didn't know about the hibachi, right? So I showed him the hibachi ways at Shinju. When I got my plate, I sat down in front of Tarno and I ate. And I ate at such a speed, I didn't realize that Tarno did not lift his fork. He was like, do you remember the girl watching the velociraptors come into the room in Jurassic Park 1,
yeah.
shaking the jello?
Uh-huh.
Like, that was Tarno looking at me. I didn't realize, and I scared him. He was like, bro, I'm literally terrified by the fast and speed that you eat food. And I was like, oh my God. Now, the most.
When he took me to the restaurant, he said, "Damn, Pico, I think you eat faster than I do."
Yes, he did. I was impressed.
Oh.
Pico almost beat me.
I wasn't trying to impress you. I was just eating.
We've been to a buffet, Pico and I, before, and I don't feel like you. I was keeping up with you, so maybe
I think he
maybe
eats
I
pretty
ate
slow.
faster.
We can
Yeah,
make
I
a
think
race.
he's pretty
You want to
slow.
race
We're
it
gonna
off?
have to record a buffet
I mean,
race.
I feel like maybe we should go try Steve's Pizza Challenge again.
oh my
No,
God,
dude,
no, I
I've done that
can't.
twice. No.
You did it too?
done it twice.
You did it twice?
Done it twice.
We did it once.
We did it once. Me, him, and his friend Pizza Face.
Yeah, pizza face.
Oh my God.
We got a pizza with mushrooms and onions.
So, guys, for reference, Steve's Pizza. So this is my story that I was gonna shout out, but Pico.
Well, we were there.
Yeah, we were
there
both
together.
there.
It's part of
So
ours.
there's this place called Steve's Pizza that has a pizza challenge. I don't know if they still have it, but it's this huge pie. It's like bigger than the entire table, and you have 3 people that can eat it under an hour or something.
Yeah.
How much time do they give
And
you?
a 2 liter of soda.
And you
It's a
can
2 liter
pick.
soda
It's a
and
2 liter
and
soda too.
no
You
pizza.
could pick 2 toppings.
You have to pick 2 toppings.
The person that we went with, Pico and I, he said, oh, well, we should get something light, like a vegetable. Let's not do like pepperoni or anything because it's going to bog us down. So we thought we were being strategic and we picked mushroom and onions. So it wasn't the most delicious pizza.
I
but
love mushroom onion pizza, but these guys put like 6 pounds
so
of
much,
mushrooms
so
and onions.
much. They really want you to pay for that pizza. It was like
Bro.
$80 or something.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
It's the size of 3 newborn babies.
Yeah.
Made a
And they
video.
keep adding cheese and more cheese. I'm going to reference the clip.
Steve's Pizza Challenge. I remember this one specifically.
Wait, hold on. So was this on the list of one of your most?
No, this is still
This
not
is
my
how
number
much
one
Raul
scary.
eats so much. That
Yeah, I eat a lot.
having a 36-inch pizza
Was
is
not enough.
a big
he
deal.
still went to
This
McDonald's
is
because he was
a
hungry.
story that we're sharing together as one of the times that we've eaten the most.
And this was a Tuesday for me. No, I went to Steve's Pizza the first time we did the challenge. I can never forget this because this destroyed my life, guys, for like a week. Okay, I was trying to go, hey, we should get oregano, and like because oregano could be a topping.
Okay,
Really?
Yes, you
Smart.
could do oregano.
What the heck? That's a season.
How much oregano they put on it?
What?
Well,
heck?
so my friends were like, no, let's do garlic and extra cheese, and I want.
Oh, extra cheese could be a.
No, it's not.
I wouldn't do
It's
it.
not. It's
gonna-
bad. David, I remember one of the guys quit and he rolled just the cheese off his slice of pizza and it looked like a burrito, like a ridiculous like Chipotle
Wow.
burrito. That much cheese
That's too
was
much.
on one slice.
You
Guys,
know how I was telling you that like I was drooling
Yeah.
earlier because I was getting hungry. Now like I'm losing my appetite.
oh, get ready. It's going to get worse.
I'm starving.
There's garlic, guys, on this pizza.
Oh.
Oh God.
Guys, I was sweating garlic for a week.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
It couldn't get out my pores.
we need to take this moment to just formally apologize to our friend Pizza Face.
Yes.
Who we thought made a bad choice.
Yeah.
But obviously there were worse choices.
Sorry, Pizza Face.
God. So yeah, Steve's
I can
Pizza.
imagine like no amount of deodorant was gonna cover the
Dude.
smell coming out of your pores.
Bro, I had an ex-girlfriend who didn't even touch me. She was like, sit, wait. She sat. I remember I had a Trailblazer at the time. She sat in the back passenger seat away from me.
Wow.
That's how funked I was with
Crazy,
garlic, bro.
crazy.
For like a week, dude. And it stays in under your finger. You cut your nails, still there. Oh God.
What was the other two toppings on this second attempt?
The second attempt, I think we did pepperoni. And what was the other topping? And then that one, I thought we were going in loaded because this is still me off of football. And we brought in a guy who I knew he was an offensive tackle. I was like, oh, this is our secret weapon.
Big hungry guy.
This big hungry guy. Bro, the guy only ate one slice. I was like, what are you doing?
At least I ate 3 slices.
Eat your slices. Like, you're like, I can't do it. Ugh, kill me. So the most I've ever eaten. Okay, here we go.
We're getting there. We were
Getting
building
there.
up. I thought that was it.
No. So, again, I used to play football. And me and the whole entire defensive line, one time in my high school, Braddock, shout out, 05, 04. We went to 107th and A Street. It's not there anymore. R.I.P. There used to be a buffet called China Apple Buffet.
China Apple Buffet.
China Apple Buffet.
Oh, nice.
It was right there, across the street from the Publix in front of FIU. And we walked in. Do you ever seen the movie Armageddon?
Yeah.
You ever seen
When
how the astronauts are walking? This
walking in
is
slow motion.
imagine just a bunch of pre-diabetic football players walking in, and we saw the fear in those servers' eyes.
Yeah.
Bro, we stacked up so many
I
plates.
can imagine like the like the waiters like running in slow motion, like running to the back, telling the chef, "Make more food."
Just get them down. Take them all the MSG. Hit them with it. David, we stacked up so many plates. I was standing, and the plates were above me.
Yeah.
We made them let us keep the plates there, so we could take a photo of it.
Wow.
Oh, dude, that was the most I ever ate.
Crazy,
And then we
man.
immediately lost our next game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, sorry. So
Okay, that was great.
my-
That was a great story. And Pico, what about you? When was you? What's the most you ever ate?
Well, we did our challenge.
Okay.
And then I want to just include, since we're shouting out the old stuff we did,
Yeah.
the burrito, the world's spiciest burrito.
Oh yeah, that wasn't a lot of food, but it was.
Intense.
Terrible.
A lot of spice.
I didn't participate in that one. I just filmed, thank God, because I can't have spice. I had pepper to my food, and I just it's too much for me. But he had the world's spiciest burrito, at least Miami's spiciest burrito, and they used a combination of different peppers. I know that they had the
the ghost pepper.
Yeah, the
at
ghost
time
pepper,
was
habanero, or what is it called?
It was the
Habanolioca. I don't even know how to
yeah,
say.
all that. The
Jabanolioca.
Nagajalioka.
Yeah, the world's spiciest burrito
At the time, because now you have the Carolina Reaper. So
Yeah.
it's technically no longer the world's spiciest burrito.
This guy was like boogers coming out of his nose and like drenched in sweat, red like a tomato. It was a
lot of
lot.
fun.
Yeah.
And then when you look back, you're like, that guy doesn't even look like him.
I
showed a picture of myself as a younger man to one of my friends, and he's like, "Sir, you murdered that man and stole his identity." Rest in peace, the old Pico.
But talking about eating a lot,
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies where they eat a lot is both Nutty Professor movies.
Oh, yes.
Like the dinner scenes.
Yes.
Aren't those like super funny and well done? I mean, it's Eddie Murphy playing almost all the characters.
Yes. That movie, man, I apologize to my mother. Man, my mother is a saint. Because after me and my brother saw that movie, all we did was fart at the dinner table. Like,
Hercules.
we were just letting it go like straight for like hours on end. And my mother knew it came from the movie because she loved the movie as well. My parents loved Eddie Murphy. But God, No movie makes a bucket of chicken look better
I know,
than
right?
Nutty Professor.
Oh, I love this. Like, I think I don't know if it's the kid who farts or something, and Grandma says, "Who there called my name?" And then like Cletus, the dad, is like, "I called your name if your name is," you know.
Oh, dude. Dude,
That was a funny scene,
good
bro.
God.
And then in part 2, they're at a buffet.
Yeah.
Right? And then grandma comes with her boyfriend, who's like this like 100-year-old dude or whatever. And she starts making fun of, because she's like a very sexual grandma,
yeah.
right? She likes talking about how Stetson's Oprah's husband.
Yeah.
Or whatever the old guy's name is. He's a stallion under the sheets or whatever.
He's gonna give it. Eddie Murphy's so good, bro, at doing like the facial gestures. Like, you're gonna give it. Like, it's so good, bro.
Bro, what an amazing like scene. I mean, both of those, like, and to me, it feels very natural and improv.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not. It's impossible, right? Because it's the one guy that's playing 7 characters. I think I looked it up on Google. I think it was 7 characters he plays in the Nutty Professor movies.
How long was Eddie Murphy sitting in makeup?
Oh gosh.
For all of those, that's insanity.
Yeah.
Thinking about it now.
Yeah. The makeup, each character looks different from the other, and it's all the same guy. The makeup was just so good on those movies. They really look like their own people. And actually, it was so good that the makeup and prosthetic artist was nominated for an Oscar for that movie.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, well-deserved.
Definitely,
Super
bro.
well-deserved.
If you mind, I'm gonna interject a question.
Yes.
This is a question I've been thinking ever since we thought about this pod.
Let's hear it.
Ready? What is the best looking food you've ever seen in a movie? What is, like, when you saw it on the screen, you're like, wow, it looks delicious right now.
That's a good question. I never even thought about that.
I have three.
The cheeseburger from the menu.
From
The
menu.
cheeseburger from the menu.
You never saw the menu?
Oh, I never saw a menu.
Actually, I did see it,
heard
but I don't
it's
remember
good.
the cheeseburger.
It's the horror movie
Yeah. I
With
seen
Ralph
it.
Fiennes. And
where everybody.
Yeah, they're like on an island or something, and it's like a special like
your last
experience. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so these are mine. 2 are actually from the same movie line. Number 1, with a bullet. Home Alone 1, the mac and cheese from Home Alone 1. Do you remember the mac and cheese from Home Alone 1?
I don't.
It's his last meal before Marvin and Eddie get to the house.
Uh-huh.
And he takes out this mac and cheese he puts on the family table, and it's
Oh, and he prays before. Yeah, I remember that.
He doesn't even take a bite out of it, guys. It's so delicious, and it's steam. It's also like, because it's cold Chicago and this hot, steamy, beautiful plate of mac and cheese.
Yeah.
If anyone looks up this mac and cheese, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's so delicious, mac and cheese." So that's my.
If you were the kid from Home Alone, like, and you heard the robbers outside,
oh, fucking
you're like, I'm gonna finish this mac and cheese before I go destroy these guys.
Look, I'll let the tarantula deal with that for right now. I'm gonna eat this mac and cheese, okay? So number 2, Home Alone 2.
Uh-huh.
The
ice cream?
No, the cheese pizza when he's getting into the limousine.
It does look good.
Roy Schneider opens up and goes, "Sir, your very own cheese pizza."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, my heartstrings sang.
Yeah.
I'm actually a pepperoni pizza guy, but that cheese pizza.
It looked
looked
very good. Huh?
The steam that comes. Someone's got to get a clip of it. The steam that comes out of that box when he opens the box is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It looks like a smoke machine went off in that box when he opens
They
it.
probably did
It
that.
probably
that was
had a
probably
smoke
props for
Dude, it's so ridiculous. Number 3 for me, and I know this is kind of fakey food, but I love is Hook.
Okay.
The big meal they have.
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
fake
We
meal.
actually
Hook.
talked about
Yeah,
that
we were
earlier.
talking about that. That's actually like another movie that we can talk about because they have that big spread and then the food fight.
As a kid, the idea of that you can like kind of create an imaginary.
It was
food.
imaginary, bro.
With your
Imagine
mind.
as a fat little boy, and and they were eating air.
There was
It's
nothing
so
there.
delicious. And then Robin Willie's like, "You stupid little kids, there's nothing here." And look, the cutest little fat boy was like, "Use your imagination, sir." And then Robin was like, "You're kind of cute. I guess I listen to you." And then all the food in the world was there.
Appears, yeah.
Yes.
And then they wasted it with food fights.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, they have some eating of it. Like, there's like this kid, he drinks like this green milk looking thing, and I thought that it was delicious.
It was probably expired. There were no adults there. There was no adult supervision.
Nobody was checking the expiration dates. Only adults do that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in that movie is the worst depiction of a turkey leg I've ever seen in my life. Because Captain Hook, Philip Seymour Hoffman, eats a turkey leg in the ship, in his pirate ship.
Wait, hold on one second.
I promise you.
Philip Seymour Hoffman plays Captain Hook.
Is it? No, Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, okay.
I mix up my Hoffman.
I'm
sorry.
like, wait.
Yes, Dustin Hoffman plays, and he's just eating a turkey leg that looks like so bland and so like pale. That I was like, God, like who? I mean, white people really do not season their food here. Like, this is ridiculous.
Not Fat Boy approved.
No.
That's hilarious.
So, have you thought about it for a little bit, or?
I can't think of some food that I saw in a movie that made me think, wow, that looks so delicious. But I remember watching that movie Good Burger, and when they were making like those really, really, really big burgers, I thought, man, they look disgusting. Like, who would want to buy that? Who would want to eat that? So I guess it's kind of like answering your question, but on the other end of it.
Got it.
I don't know.
Pico?
I mean, you guys stole all the good ones.
I stole all the good ones. What do
Yeah,
you mean?
you guys, because like I feel like all you do is watch movies about food.
Okay.
I'm hungry now. I want to we should Uber eat something. Goodness.
So there are movies about food, though.
Have you seen that movie Thinner? Stephen King movie?
Yes.
It's crazy because he's overweight at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And then he gets a curse placed on him. And then no matter how much he eats, he keeps losing weight. And it's just like this crazy movie. For anyone that hasn't seen it, I recommend it. And actually, he wrote that under his pseudonym because he's so prolific. I don't know if it was he just had a lot of energy. I don't know if it was the cocaine, whatever it is. He's so prolific. He writes so much. They didn't want to saturate the market with so many Stephen King novels in one single year. So he wrote under a pseudonym as well.
Remember that the dad from Beethoven's in it. He's
Oh,
the main
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He at first thinks it's a blessing, right?
Yeah. He's
He
like, man, I'm
thinks
losing weight.
Doing great, and then all of a sudden you start seeing, oh, this is really a curse, and this is like there's no way out of this kind of deal.
Yeah.
It does get scary. I remember that movie because as a child, that was like the first movie I saw go from theaters to TV, like within 2 months. It was like it jumped straight to like
Right.
sci-fi when sci-fi
It didn't do
back
very
in the day.
well,
Yeah.
I guess, in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What about that awkward dinner scene in Tim Burton's Batman? You remember that big ass table?
Oh, well, that's
Could
actually
you pass the salt? And it's like,
what?
Is it Batman Returns? Is that a Christmas? Yeah, that's
Yes,
that's
it is a
Christmas.
Christmas movie.
Okay, so it's not Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that in the Christmas episode.
Yes. Even though Batman Returns does have a moment food-wise I never understood. Batman gets soup from Alfred, and he's like, why is the soup cold? And he goes, it's fishy soir, sir. It's supposed to be cold.
Oh, yeah. I
Dude.
do remember that scene, yeah.
And I was like, bro, there's cold soup out there? What the hell's going on?
Who would want to drink cold
Who
soup?
wants cold soup?
Nasty. Spit it out. What I'm going to say next, these kinds of movies aren't usually associated with food, but the culture around this kind of movie, the people in these kinds of movies, they're all about their food. And I'm talking about like Italian mafia movies, like Goodfellas. Remember that scene when they're in the prison and they're trying to make an Italian meal and they're like chopping up the tomatoes thinly with
the
a
razor.
razor, and they have like sausage and they have pasta and they have these awesome spreads. And I think that, I mean, if you're going to make a mafia movie, an Italian mafia movie, there's going to be a lot of Italian food.
Dude, yeah.
I can already see the comments. Actually, it was the garlic that they were doing very
With-
thin.
yes, Oh,
yeah, it was
with
the
the
garlic.
razor. They need to
Excuse
change
me.
the host of this show because he's not very good.
I don't know anything about anything.
Oh, man. Any Italian mafia movie has to involve
Assholes.
food. Oh, you know it's a great scene. It's
All you trolls out there, I know you just Googled it, so don't even play, all right?
It was Paul Sorvino. He's the one that's chopping.
You could Google it.
I don't feel like Googling
He
it. I
doesn't feel like
Googled on my shit already.
There's a great scene. It's not an Italian mafia movie, but it is a mafia movie, and it has to do with food. You guys ever saw Black Mass with Johnny Depp?
Bro. Wait, Black Mass with Johnny Depp. There's a
Yes.
show called Black Mass.
Yes, there's a show. It's a great show.
Love that show.
Called Black Mass. But there's a movie. It's about Whitey Bulger.
Oh yeah.
And-
Where they make him look kind of baldish and
Yes.
he combs his hair back, and yeah, I did see that movie.
So it's about the Italian like mob scene. There's a great scene in that movie where David Harbour, he has a character who makes Johnny Depp's character Whitey Bulger a steak, and he makes like a bunch of people and they're having like a steak dinner, and Whitey Bulger keeps asking David Harbour's character, hey, what's the recipe behind the steak? And the guy goes, oh, it's a family recipe. He's like, oh, come on, tell me the family recipe. And thinking that's like a lighthearted conversation, David Harbour goes, oh, it's this and this. It's my mom's recipe, whatever. And he goes, you're so quick to give up your mom's recipe like that. You're so quick to flip on your mother like that over a secret. And it was like, wow, it turned like from zero.
Wow.
Like, that movie didn't get a lot of praise, but Johnny Depp's portrayal of Whitey Bulger in that movie and like how that scene flips on a dime.
Yeah.
It's so good in that movie.
I don't want to get into it. The mafia stuff. I don't even want to.
Are you afraid?
I don't know. I don't even want to touch
Look,
it.
we
Don't
respect,
you
we
open
respect-
your mouth.
I don't want to touch it.
We respect all families here.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
So hold on.
Hit me.
He was cutting the garlic, or he was cutting the tomatoes?
He
with
was cutting garlic.
Okay, all right.
It was
all right,
Paul
all right.
Sorvino. And he was using razor
Okay,
blades.
got it. Yeah, why would he cut a tomato with
Come on,
a...
you need another host. This host doesn't know anything about movies.
Have you seen a movie? It's from Spain. It's called The Platform.
I've seen the commercials on Netflix for it.
But do you know what it's about? It's crazy.
Yes.
It's very much oriented around food.
Yeah.
This is like the main idea of this movie is it's kind of like a prison, and it's like a big tall building with many levels, and you voluntarily go in there. I guess they pay you money when you finish your time there or whatever. Each month they'll move you from one level to another level, and the way they feed you is they have this basically hollowed out area in the middle where a platform just comes down, and it stays at each level for a certain amount of time, and the platform is filled with food. So all the people that are in there, when they first signed up to go there, they said what their favorite food is, and they were told that's all you're going to be able to eat the entire time you're there. And so what happens is, since it starts at the top and it starts going down level by level, those people are eating whatever they see. They're eating as much as they can, and when it gets down to the bottom level, there's nothing left. But the thing is that the next month you might be at the bottom and somebody else will be at the top. So it's like talking about basically
It's like class systems.
It's like class systems, and I think that it's a movie sort of promoting communism. Yeah, it's kind of like it's promoting communism, really. And which is a terrible. We're Cubans here, and we are completely against those
capitalist
concepts.
pigs.
We are capitalist pigs. Yes, we are. But the movie is kind of cool.
There's a movie similar to that. It's about a train that's traveling around the world the whole time, and Chris Evans is in it.
Isn't that movie that has a show now too? No,
It has a show now.
Pico, you were just telling me about it.
Snowpiercer?
Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
And very similar. You start out the back of the train and just like your poverty.
That's not how it works. But they do have a next level chef, which is exactly like that movie.
Yes.
In Snowpiercer, it was just a bunch of refugees that took over the back of the train, and then they revolt, and then they get into the.
Yeah, but they're going from the back, which is like the poor section, and
Well, it's only the poor section because they got in there illegally.
Yeah.
They jumped into the train.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
That's how it starts. That's how Snowpiercer starts.
Yeah.
It's the end of the world, and only rich people got tickets to the train.
Yeah.
And then at the end, everybody started fighting, and some people snuck into the back of the train.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, let's just keep them on the train, just close off the train. And so they lived in the back of the train.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, food is definitely a classic thing. Like it does, like caviar is not like in our normal diet, right?
You're not gonna find that at McDonald's.
But for some people, that's a part of their normal diet. Like also like lox, I don't know, like other, and also is cultural in some aspects. Like I the one thing I love about food, especially in film, is usually it is like definitely a celebration of a gathering. You know what I love seeing? Oh man, you just made me think of a great moment in a movie that involves sharing food, but the movie has nothing to do with food. You ready?
What?
Gladiator.
Oh, what scene is that?
The scene with the soup when they're all in the gladiator ring.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Dijam Hansoon and Russell Crowe sit next to each other, and the guy is like, "Oh, Spaniard here," and he gives him like a bowl of soup.
Yeah.
And the other huge dude comes, and he takes a little bite of the soup and acts like he's getting poisoned.
Oh yeah.
It's the only comedic relief in that whole movie. That movie
yeah.
is serious, and then that's like the one comedic relief in that movie.
And now the second one's coming out soon in December. I don't know how I feel about it, to be
I'm
honest.
so
That
scared.
trailer, did that movie really
so
need a
scared.
second part?
That's like, why did they make a chicken Big Mac? Like, why are we doing this? We don't need it.
Yeah, I
The
know, right?
first
That's
one was
like-
good enough. That's all we needed. Why are we doing
I
this?
know.
One of
I
the
know.
best food movies that you neglected, and I think bow pow, shame on you.
What is it?
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Oh,
If there is a
you're
movie that
right.
has glorified anything more, it's Harold and Kumar. There are videos on the internet of people livid when they go to White Castle for the first time. They have like, "Hey, bloody hell, I came all the way over here to have some Kumar. This is quite rubbish."
Yeah, White Castle sucks. I don't like that.
White Castle, like, the one thing about White Castle is when you're baked out of your mind,
Like Harold and Kumar.
like Harold Kumar, White Castle does hit like
I
a
mean,
certain,
I'm sure McDonald's would have sufficed. I mean, did they have to go to White Castle?
but it was about the journey and stuff.
Yeah,
I've eaten White Castle multiple times in Jersey and Las Vegas.
Orlando has a
Crystal
pretty-
Burger.
No, they have
White Castle?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought they
yeah.
have Crystal Burger. Can I tell you what that spot is in Miami?
What's that?
It's either one or two spots for people. It's either Miami Grill.
Oh, that place is good.
I love that place.
Is
place
that
is
Miami
good,
Grill
yeah,
or
yeah.
Checkers?
Checkers has gone downhill a lot for me. Like I haven't eaten there in years. I haven't eaten in Miami Grill in years either. But I do remember the fries being real good at Miami Grill and their burgers being real good.
Oh, man.
I actually have a story about that. I don't know. This gets too personal. Whatever. When I was a kid, I didn't know my dad. All right, it's okay. No big deal.
Cue sad music.
And then one day he introduces me to my older brother, and they take me to Miami Grill, and I ordered like 4 burgers. So I was like, can I order one for me and one for my mom, and then 2 for me for later? And I was like 5 or 6 years old. I remember
Oh my
that.
God.
They got him for me.
You got to pack up, man.
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
protein.
Before someone yells at us, Miami Subs, formerly known as Miami Subs.
Yeah,
Before someone yells
Miami
at
Subs
us.
Grill. No.
Oh my God, yeah.
Now, one of the best underrated movies, which probably is gone into oblivion, that only people our age know, Waiting.
Waiting is
Wrong.
like definitely a canceled movie.
Yeah.
Like, thank God Ryan Reynolds didn't make Waiting now.
Yeah.
Because that was such a, it was just a raunchy, MTV made that movie. It was an MTV made movie.
Was it?
Yeah, because Andy Milonakis is in it. Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long, Dane Cook. Dane Cook's like first like him being visualized after like his pop.
Yeah.
Is that
Anna
movie?
Faris.
I never worked as a server or as a waiter before. I never worked in the food industry before. But many people tell me that is exactly every restaurant you've ever worked at. And I've experienced that working in retail. There's a lot of things in retail that are very similar to how it is in Waiting.
Yeah.
You never saw Waiting, bro?
Never saw it.
Oh,
I
so funny.
Recommend.
Yeah.
It's-
And if
Gotta
you
put it on
watch
my
it,
list.
if you watch it in today's lens, you'll be like, "Ooh, that
Yeah,
wouldn't
like,
be made."
Yeah.
this movie.
2005.
Anna Faris. Anna Faris is hot in that movie. Oh my God.
Now, is this or is this not
Yeah.
a food movie? Sausage Party.
Another one I didn't see.
It's about food, and I despise that movie. That is like, when people talk about like the fall off of Seth Rogen, I think it starts at that movie.
Well, it's a series now too.
It's a series now.
Yeah, so now you can watch it episode by episode.
It's just such a weird. You can tell that like Seth Rogen and the guy who wrote it with were blasted out of their mind.
What if a supermarket comes to life like Night at the Museum? But that's a terrible impression.
character is a sausage.
And his girlfriend's a bun. Get it? All right, it's a bad impression.
It was just not a good movie. I
liked it. Thought it was stupid.
I thought it got
silly.
ridiculous.
It's super silly. Come on.
People are gonna, are gonna be fighting about this.
I really bros. If you liked Sausage Party, please let me know why you liked it, because that movie's just rough. It's a rough watch. It's not funny.
Let's see what.
And you would think that it would be entertaining because it's like at that time it was like the raunchy cartoon was in, and
it's so convoluted. It has
it's got a pretty good Rotten Tomato score, 82% Rotten
really?
Tomatoes.
Is it wait, audience or
yeah, that's important.
Let's see.
Audience or critics?
IMDb 6.1%. Okay.
okay, oh wait.
Suddenly pausing.
So the popcorn meter is 50%.
Oh, see, it's
but tomato meter is 82%
yeah,
fresh.
but
yay or nay?
Okay.
Chef Jean Favreau.
That's another bro.
Oh my goodness!
I never
you need
saw
to
that
start
one.
watching some movies about food.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, I literally will get hungry watching.
You'll get hungry watching Chef.
Those movies.
Yes.
Whenever I'm cooking, I like watching Kitchen Nightmares where he's like screaming at everybody, or Hell's Kitchen where he puts the two pieces of bread in between. What are you? An idiot sandwich? That's all hilarious, and it makes me want to cook. But I can't watch that when I'm hungry, and I can't watch that when I'm on a diet. Right now, I'm about to pause this so we can Uber Eats. I'm so hungry. I'm not even kidding.
The problem is this is not only a food movie, it's a Miami movie. Chef takes part of Miami is in Chef.
I will say, Tampa Bay, screw you, because they make the right sandwich. Wow, I just shot because in the movie Chef they don't put salami because there's not supposed to be salami in a Cuban sandwich.
Yeah. Or mayo. Do they put mayo in it?
No, you're supposed to use mustard.
You're supposed to use mustard. Listen, I have very strong Tampa connections, and they will argue differently. I do believe that Miami Cuban sandwich is better. I do. But I know Sean, he used to run a podcast called My Dumb Question. He's going to yell at us for a little while about that. But nonetheless, I do believe the best sandwich of the two is the Miami version.
Have you been to Cuba? They can't make this. They don't have salami.
All they have is
Cuba.
bread.
They don't have potato rolls in Cuba. What are you talking about? Yeah. They have potatoes.
What's the best Cuban sandwich in Miami? Everybody says sandwich.
El sandwich is
sandwich
really
I heard
good.
is very good.
I've eaten there.
Legit.
I didn't think it was that great. If you want to have an authentic Cuban sandwich,
go to David's mama's house.
You gotta go to Casa Marin in Hialeah.
What you call me?
Casa Marin in Hialeah. Now that is authentic and it's delicious.
Este segmento ha sido patrocinado por Casa Marin.
Casa Marin. Y Marín lo puedes encontrar en la radio AM todas las mañanas.
Radio AM.
I'm trying to think. I have a few places I could throw out there, like a really nice artsy Cuban sandwich. Actually, a place that we perform at, Mellow Grapes, makes a very delicious Cuban sandwich.
Pork belly.
Oof, very nice.
Yeah.
I'm
not against iterations, interpretations of the Cuban sandwich.
Yeah.
What I am against is an iteration calling itself authentic.
Okay.
Tampa Bay.
There's people argue that the Tampa Bay sandwich is older than the Miami sandwich.
Okay, guys, I wasn't kidding when I said I was hungry. We're taking a commercial break.
You ordering some Marin?
Where were we?
We were talking Chef. Oh, best Cuban sandwich.
Oh, yeah. Best Cuban sandwich. I said Casa Marin.
You said Casa Marin. I say...
Not to be confused with Casa Maricón.
I thought you were going to say Casa Pepín.
I would say panini style. Mellow Grapes makes a really good panini style Cuban sandwich. And, bro, I know I'm going to sound like a tourist right now, but La Carreta's Cuban sandwich is pretty good.
Really? I never had their Cuban sandwich. But you know what? Everybody knows about the Cuban sandwich, but I'm going to level people up. I'm going to teach you something. it's not just a Cuban sandwich. If you want something even better, in my opinion, than the Cuban sandwich, you have to have, listen to this, la croqueta preparada en pan de medianoche. Oh. So this is not the Cuban bread. This is the sweet, delicious, I think it's like an egg bread or, I'm not sure exactly, but it's sweeter. Cuban bread, it's great and all, but sometimes it gets a little hard and it becomes powdery. Not medianoche bread. It's called midnight bread. And croqueta, you guys know Cuban croqueta. So it's basically a Cuban sandwich. They just put a couple of croquetas in there. They put the, you know about this. They put the medianoche bread. Bro, it is, tell me no. Tell me no.
I love me a croqueta preparada.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I love croqueta preparada so much that I always, whenever I get just croquetas, I get the galletitas, I get the crackers, and I make myself little mini croqueta preparadas.
Bro, come here, bro. That's why I like you, bro. Because you're a real G.
Mess around, okay?
You're a real Miami.
Okay, listen. I don't have a Cuban good chain.
I was going to say, pull out your
nothing,
Cuban chain.
Okay? All right? But, oh, my God, I love my croqueta preparada. You know what's the only problem? I have bad memories with croqueta preparada. I love them. But
bad memories.
I'll tell you why. Because my father was
a drinker and a fiend.
No.
And
no worse. No, he was a good, loving father. He would take
Papi, I don't want more croqueta preparada. Eat your croqueta preparada, Raúl.
So
tú no te vas a parar hasta que termine esta croqueta preparada, coño.
Quiero más croquetas preparadas.
Tú sabes que en Cuba yo no tenía una croqueta para preparar.
Bro, so my dad would notoriously get me and my brother croqueta preparada on Saturday mornings because he was gonna. It was It was not only our breakfast; it was pretty much our brunch because that would be the only sustenance that would hold us together for like 8 hours of working hard labor with my father, child labor. I love you, Dad. With my father, and he'd be like, "You don't remember the croqueta preparada?"
I wouldn't take you out to work until I fed you a good Cuban breakfast. You know what I mean? That was like 3,000 calories. And you didn't hardly burn not even 500 the whole day. All you did was pick up rocks,
dig a trench. Oh, bro, my dad.
What do you make you do?
My brother dig trenches all the time. Oh, my God.
Raul was a third Menendez brother.
Oh. no, pa tanto.
Say hello to my...
Oh, no.
But yeah, like so.
They're getting like
they got really dark.
They might like get a parole now.
That's cool.
No, they might get out.
Yeah, they might get out.
Entirely out.
Hey, what did you do to be in prison? I just blew up my dad's head with the shotgun
when they were sleeping.
I understand like why there's sympathy out there for them, but like, that's a hell of a way.
Guys, we're talking about food. All right,
yeah,
let's
we're
not
talking
talk about
food.
blowing people's heads off.
Talking about serial killers, not serial killers, just murders.
So you associate croqueta preparada with hard labor as a child.
Exactly.
I see. Okay.
So I love a croqueta preparada, but the back of my head starts sweating already thinking about, oh my God, I have to dig a 6-foot trench very shortly.
You know what? I just had a little tiny light bulb for a question you asked me before. What is a food that I thought looked really yummy or really delicious on camera? And I remember as a kid, it was the cartoons. I'd watch the Ninja Turtles, and every time like they'd eat the pizza,
oh my God,
it'd stretch out the cheese, like would stretch out from their mouth. And so anytime I'd eat pizza, I'd always try to make it never stretched out as much as it did on the cartoons. And then it was very disappointing.
I would order anchovy pizza because of that show.
Really?
Didn't Michelangelo like anchovy pizza?
Yeah.
Salty, very salty.
Yeah.
But try it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay.
I like anchovies, actually.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that there's not one pizza company that has like a forever sponsorship with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That should be obvious.
Yeah, it should. I don't know.
Like, I know in the first movie they had Dominos, but then I think in the other movies they didn't really have sponsorships, which is sad.
Okay.
It's because you're a 40-year-old man. Nobody knows what a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is anymore.
What's the best chain pizza? These are your choices. Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars. That's definitely not going to be on the top.
Hey.
Whoa.
Hey. This is supposed to be a non-biased show.
Okay, all right.
I didn't come here for opinions.
Okay.
It's supposed to
Hold
be
on.
fair and balanced.
Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars, Papa John's. What else? What else is out there that's like a chain?
Oh my
Cece's
God.
Pizza.
CC's.
Should we
CC's.
include them there? Nah, because it's a buffet, doesn't it? They're on there in the level of their
They don't do
own.
They're not.
delivery.
Marco's Pizza, maybe.
Yeah, but they're like smaller chains.
Yeah.
Or and if you're here in Miami, La Palenque. What is it called? La Palenque.
La Palenque.
A race
La
pizza.
Palenque.
Or Polo
Race
Norte,
pizza.
Polo Norte.
I've never had Polo Norte.
Or Monte Seoca.
No, but
You
since
can-
this is going all over, let's just stick with the
Race Pizza.
Here's
With
just
the
a,
national
little,
chains.
just a little asterisk there. Cuban pizza is terrible.
Yeah,
All right.
It's not very good.
It's
at all.
terrible.
I don't
think
like it.
Don't
pizza's good.
eat Cuban
So
pizza.
bready.
Yeah.
So very little sauce.
Bad.
Man, we're gonna get a lot of comments.
Sorry, not
on this.
sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like
Um,
Cuban pizza.
And when I went to
And I
Cuba,
don't care if you.
not the same pizza.
What was that?
In Cuba, the pizza's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In Cuba, they give you a sando. They put some cheese on top and they put it in the
The
oven.
Parmesan's arena.
It's just the
That's
box.
fucked up. That's messed up.
Oh,
Guys,
God. Okay.
Cuba's not doing good right now.
Yes. No. I mean, rolling blackouts.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
to,
Yeah.
all the people suffering. out there.
Democracy. R.I.P. democracy.
R.I.P. democracy. Terrible. Anyways, okay.
Comunismo.
We're talking
coño.
about Domino's.
All right, we need to edit everything we just said. So we should probably just ask that question all
Okay,
over
okay.
again.
Okay,
Here we go.
guys.
Ready?
Since we're talking about
Hold on,
pizza-
wait.
Okay,
Take it
okay.
back. Pause for edit.
Wait, don't we do that?
Are we do
laugh?
the laugh? We're gonna do the laugh
Yeah,
again?
3, 2, 1. We didn't just edit this in. Okay. So my question is, since we're talking about Ninja Turtles, we're talking about pizza. What is your guys' favorite chain pizza? And these are your choices. We're gonna keep it simple. Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars, Papa John's. Go.
They each have their own.
The thing is, I go through phases in this like timelines. Okay, so if you asked early '90s, Raul, Pizza Hut. Why? Stuffed crust.
Oh no,
They were the
that's,
pioneers in stuffed
guys.
crust.
That's what I was gonna say. Mine,
Pan pizza too.
Pizza Hut, a sausage, stuffed crust. That's it.
Did
That's mine.
somebody order extra sausage in
Extra
that
sausage
pizza?
on mine, please.
But Pizza Hut's fallen off now,
Bro.
It's not the same.
Tell me that you remember Pizza Hut pan pizza being crispy
Oh,
and
dude.
being like it was like fried.
I haven't had it in
oil.
years. It's not like that anymore.
No,
it's terrible.
it's horrible.
Really?
It's gone down.
Bro, I remember the buffet. Oh my God,
I
the
never
buffet.
ate the buffet, but I would go with my mom sometimes on the weekends when I was a kid, and they had like
just
the
let
dine-in.
you. She'd let you smell the food.
No, we weren't that poor, goodness. But they had a salad buffet, and then they bring the pizza to your table.
Yeah. And so early '90s, Raul definitely would have said Pizza Hut. Early 2000s would have said Papayón.
Yeah.
Would have said
Papayón.
I agree.
With
Yeah.
that little jalapeno on the side.
The jalapeno
was-
and
Better ingredients, better pizza. That's
Papayón.
when it was true.
Now it's like cheaper ingredients,
they've
cheaper
fallen down,
pizza,
too.
but higher prices.
We're also missing the most important part of the Papayón pizza.
The
The
garlic.
garlic sauce.
Now that's all that makes it
the
edible.
garlic dip.
If you don't have that, you,
You
can't
can
even
get
eat
that
the
in
pizza.
any pizzeria now.
Yeah.
Little Caesars has that.
Yep. Now, as an older man looking on a budget and remembering when I was younger and I had a pool party, no pool party when I was a young man, when I was a young boy, was not complete without a Carvel ice cream cake that was melting immediately and at least 10 Little Caesars boxes. And I will defend Little Caesars. Little Caesars, crazy bread, top 5 side dishes to any a mass chain pizza joint.
It's pizza. Crap.
Are you insane,
Have you had them lately?
bro? Crazy bread holds up. I will attest. Put a poll out right now. Does crazy bread still hold up? It's crazy bread.
For the record, Raul, I just want you to be very clear about something. The
Yes.
reason there were 10 boxes of Little Caesars at your pool party when you were a kid is because they were probably $2.99 each. It wasn't because it was good. It was because it was cheap.
Bro, cheap or not, that cardboard pizza kept a whole party of 50 little kids alive. Okay,
Fair enough.
It was beautiful. And no matter what time you ate that pizza, it could have been right when it got there or later in the day. It was always the same temperature for some reason. It was never hot. It was never cold. It was always entre medio. Okay, so now I would say currently, I think Domino's is actually number one now.
Wait, hold on. Pico, interject with your funny thing. They're gonna say, "Preach, baby, preach." You said you were gonna say that.
All right.
That was hilarious. Before we get to Domino's.
We already did that.
Oh, you asshole. Do it again. Take 2. Action.
Well, I got to tell you that I know that Raul is a true fat boy, and I'm a true fat boy because as he's saying, like all the different chains and the period of time, that's the most important part. You know, when we were kids, pizza dominated. And then they came up with the stuffed crust, and everybody was like, nobody
I don't
did that.
think people understand
Nobody did
nowadays how life-changing stuffed crust pizza was.
Hey, you think there's not enough
So
cheese in your
good.
pizza? We're going to put cheese inside your pizza.
It was genius. Who came up with that? It's like cheese in the crust. I mean,
There's
that's
a
not Italian.
conspiracy that
Is that
there's-
Italian?
There's a conspiracy that there's too much government cheese, and so the government is actually secretly running all of the pizzerias.
Can you imagine? It's like the president is calling like the CEO of Pizza Hut. Like, we have too much cheese in our storage. We need. to
Have you
put
ever
it
heard
somewhere.
of the cheese caves? I mean, there's.
I heard about cheese
there's a
caves. Yeah, that there are
surplus of
these big
cheese.
cheese caves.
No, I need to hear this. What do you mean?
You
it's a
don't need to
cheese
hear
cave?
anything. Just
No. We're supposed to be talking about movies, guys.
Just
Wait,
Google
what?
it.
We're supposed to be talking
But
about food.
We're still
food
talking about our
movies.
pizza. We're still talking about our pizza. The Papa John was the best, and then the owner was said a few things. Now Shaq's running it, so we got to
Yeah.
pay Shaq, and so a lot of the money goes to Shaq now, and
Yeah.
not the pizzas.
Yeah. So
And-
Our Shack.
Domino's Pizza is great now because of the specials. They do great
They
specials,
do good
and they're
specials.
experimenting with the dough. So do New York style cheese pizza, with a little drizzle.
I'll even make this argument: the thin crust Domino's pizza,
So good. That's
is
what I get.
Probably top 3 overall thin crusts.
Would
in
you
the
say
world.
that's the closest you can get to like legit Chicago style pizza, like the cracker pizza? Not
no?
the
That's
deep
not.
dish.
That, first of all, it's not Chicago
cracker.
pizza.
Is that Detroit
Deep
pizza?
dish
then?
is no Detroit pizza square.
No,
number
which
one.
one's the cracker
Okay,
pizza? That's
guys,
Chicago.
We're gonna give you some fat guy knowledge right now.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Fat guy knowledge
Fat guy
incoming.
knowledge. Here we go. Okay, Detroit pizza is square. Okay,
Okay.
much like Frankie's Pizza for those people here in Miami.
Which I didn't know
Pizza.
that was a Cuban pizza. That's the only Cuban pizza that I would say is delicious.
Frankie's.
Yeah, somebody say Frankie's is a Cuban pizza.
I didn't know that.
Because it's not. It doesn't taste like Cuban pizza.
No.
It's not Cuban pizza.
So yeah. So
but they say that it is.
we gotta see. So square pizza is generally considered Detroit pizza. Deep dish pizza, which I call a bread bowl with some Italian sauce and cheese in it. That's Chicago pizza. Guess which pizza I don't like the least.
Yeah.
And then you have your classic New York slice.
The real Chicago pizza is a circular pie with a really thin crust.
Yes, that's what I've always
Cut
heard.
into squares.
Yes.
They will punch you
Oh.
in the face if you
Really?
say that deep dish pizza is a real Chicago
what they're known
pizza.
for.
That is not what they're known for. That is what society thinks it's known
And
for.
that's how
That is
Domino's
a
does their pizza.
stereotype.
Yes.
Domino's
Oh
does
my
their
God.
thin crust cut in
So
squares.
good.
Like crackers.
So good.
Delicious.
So good.
And I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm like, maybe I'm eating less calories because it's not as doughy. It's like, hey, I'm on a diet. Let me eat an entire large Domino's thin crust pizza.
Guys,
All right.
I ordered 2 larges between me and my wife because we share and we want leftovers.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only leftovers that are left are her pizza.
Oh, and then you eat that.
She doesn't eat my pizza. She doesn't like the toppings I put in my pizza. So,
Is that a strategy? That
so
you
I
use
eat a
so she
whole
doesn't touch it?
pizza.
Can I tell you a strategy? I
The
thought
thin crust or the regular?
No, that I use the New York style. I recommend that you try the New York style at Domino's.
Yeah. Can I tell you a strategy I thought my dad used to do on me and my family? My dad would always order Supreme, and I was always like, "Why did you order Supreme?"
So good.
It's for me at the time. I didn't like
Because you don't
Supreme.
like, because you're a kid and you don't
You
like
don't want
onions
the
and
vegetables.
like the
peppers
onions
or
and the
any of that.
peppers, right? But now I'm like, my dad's a genius.
Yeah.
Because he had a pie pretty much all to himself. No one was gonna touch it. The olives scared me. I was like, why are you gonna olives on pizza? Now a Supreme is amazing. It's
that's a
delish.
respectable pie. Pepperoni, sausage.
Isn't it crazy?
All
Like
the
the things we
veggies.
hated as kids, now we like love them.
Oh,
like I
yes.
mean, I would have never touched a Supreme pizza. I would like if an onion touched my food when I was a kid. I would have said there was a stage of my life when I was really into Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I swear to you, I thought I was a vampire. I told my mom, "Do not put any garlic in any of my food." My mom said, "Don't worry, I won't." She was like putting garlic in a blender and putting it all in everything, and then she'd be like, Oh, how
David,
was
how
the
you
food
like
today?
it? It's so good,
Nothing.
Mommy.
This is like licking my fingers.
I cannot taste the garlic at all.
Something really funny in there.
Is there any garlic in this? No, there isn't. Because I'm allergic to garlic, okay?
All right, really quick. What is your favorite toppings on a pizza?
Sausage. I'm a fan. I like the spicy Italian sausage on pizza.
Okay, you gotta say no homo, please.
No homo.
Extra
Done.
homo. Pepperoni, man, is the way to go. If you want to get adventurous, pepperoni and jalapenos. That's a good
So I
combination.
used to be
I
like
like pepperoni. Sorry. I like sausage and olives. That's my combination.
Really?
Ooh,
Yes.
interesting.
Sausage and
combo.
pepperoni goes really well.
That's also a good
Interesting
one. It's just
combo.
too greasy for me, I feel like.
So I used to be like Pico. I used to be a straight pep man, but unfortunately, old age has caught up with me, and the acido that I
The
get
acid reflux is real,
is
guys.
real and bad.
As soon as you turn 21, like all of us are
And
right
for me-
now.
yes,
Pep
like-
get
The
it.
pep will give you tremendo acido.
Oh, bro, it's ridiculous. So now I am a sausage mushroom.
All right.
Ooh.
Sausage mush.
The
is
best
my way.
pizza in the world, and you guys will see it at a party, and you'll be like, damn, I need to get a slice of that. And it should always be ordered. I usually, if I want to do a party,
Okay.
I get a different pie. You can't get 10 pepperonis and 10 cheese. That's boring. You get 1 cheese, 1 pepperoni, then 1 sausage, then 1. What's the one that doesn't give you aceto?
Chicken.
Well,
Chicken barbecue.
No, he just said.
No, I
That's the one
I
that I
do
like too.
sausage mushroom.
Sausage mushroom. That's a good combo.
It's a great combo.
Mushrooms and
Classic.
sausage. I mean, mushrooms and onions is a good one too. Even though we gave Pizza Face some shit.
Yeah.
But the best pizza of all time. All right, Italians will agree with me. Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, yeah, right, dude.
So good, bro. It's
Go to
so
Italy, they'll
good.
spit on you.
So good. And if you want to get, crazy,
I thought you were going to say margarita pizza or something.
It's boring. That's a cheese pizza with tomatoes on it.
Yeah.
Look, the best pizza is a Hawaiian pizza, and if you want to get crazy, put a little pepperoni on
You,
it. Oh,
you Hawaiian pizza people.
So
When
I
you
good.
get
learn?
it. I'm not a fan
So
of Hawaiian
good.
pizza.
When you learn?
I just can't
Oh
deal
my
with
so
God.
good.
I get it, the sweet, the salty. but,
Your peanut M&Ms.
Oh, I love
Sweet and sour
peanut
chicken,
M&Ms. Oh,
pineapple
all that-
pizza,
everything you're saying right
jackasses.
now is making me
I know,
moist.
because you're all sweet and sour, baby.
Moist.
Oh, God. I despise the sweet and sours.
Oh, it's so good.
God, if
Chat,
sweet and
defend
sour,
me here.
you guys need to get the hell out
Chat,
of our
defend me here.
Okay. Can I make a shout out really quick before?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about a lot of pizza joints in Miami, and I feel like I need to shout out my favorite pizza joint. And being a person that eats New York pizza consistently when I go to New York, coming back, it is the one pizza I will say is very similar to New York pizza, is Big Cheese.
Big cheese.
Okay.
Big Cheese.
All right.
I'll make an argument for the big.
Cool.
I'll fight for the Big Cheese.
I've never been
all right.
there. I got to
It's
try
okay.
it.
What?
It's good pizza.
It's good pizza.
It's South Miami. It's all right.
Yeah.
What about that place that you like?
If we're giving shout outs to pizzeria, shout out Yeti's Pizza.
Yeti.
Oh, Yetis, yes.
Yeti's is really good.
I know.
You know,
That's
you
your
know, if
favorite
you
place.
guys want, you could just send us samples and stuff like that.
Next
we won't get mad.
episode, we'll do a sample of pizzas.
A pizza. The best pizza movies where we showcase pizza. Or
Look, how about we do a totally original show where we just go places and we take one bite of pizza and we
Okay.
review it. Nobody has done it.
Guys,
how do we
we're supposed to be talking
score it?
about Boba's, damn it.
It's your fault because you're like, what's the best pizza?
This is what I get for talking about food with two
Fat guy.
What those? Yes,
beautifully
bro.
large
It's
men.
okay.
Wow, you just fat shamed us.
Listen to me real quick. I like to talk about, now that we're talking about this subject,
Yeah.
Fat Bastard, Austin Powers. Get in my belly.
Oh, that's a good one.
I want my baby back, baby back.
That's
baby
another
back,
Eddie
baby
Murphy
back, baby
style.
back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Raul, take it over.
Chili baby back rib.
Barbecue sauce.
Bro, I will make an argument that I think Fat Bastard is Michael Myers' best character.
Oh my god, I think so. I mean, I love Austin.
I know that
Powers,
Dr. Evil is literally a rip on his portrayal of Lorne Michaels, and which makes Dr. Evil great.
Yeah.
But oh my god, I love Fat Bastard so much. The ridiculousness of him. The
I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat.
it's a vicious cycle.
Did you just? Oops, I farted or something like that, right?
Rest in peace, Vernon Troyer.
Oh, Vern Troyer, yeah, rest in peace.
Oh, the little guy, right?
my God.
Oh, yeah, R.I.P., yeah. From the moment I heard Frau say I had a clone, I knew that I'd be safe because I'd never be alone. You guys remember that, no?
How about no?
What about The Bear? Have you watched the show The Bear? Everybody's
I
talking
haven't
about
seen
it.
that show.
Oh my god!
I know you recommended it.
Jesus,
Actually, I
I'm
saw
ready
the
for the
first
comments.
episode.
Like, oh, we gotta get a guy who actually watches movies to be the host of the show.
That's not a movie, guys. That's a TV show, for the record.
I watched a little bit. Actually, I watched it on this flight I was on.
Yeah, chef.
That's the thing. I feel the stress of it. You know, like the stress. It's
true,
a stressful
true
show.
story. My wife is a chef. True story.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
she said, except for the fact that not everybody calls each other chef. That's
Yeah.
a weird thing. Like the servers aren't chef.
Yeah.
You know, the guys washing the
the
dishes
chef is a chef.
are not chef. The boss is chef, and when the boss says do something, you say yes, chef.
That show just makes me realize, man, how much actual cooks and line chefs and line cooks sweat into your food on a consistent basis.
Absolutely, that's
makes
what
it
makes
salty.
it delicious.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's that
I agree.
umami that you don't get at home.
There's actually there are studies out there. There's a whole thing. So there is like a movement in the early 2000s about everyone wearing gloves and stuff like that. And then a study came out that there are enzymes on the tips of your fingers that help kind of like pre-digest the food.
Really?
And that there became like a whole big movement of chefs cooking barehanded because of like these enzymes and these acids that are found on the tips of your fingers.
And that's how the show The Bear got his name.
And if you scratch your balls or scratch your ass and then prepare food, it's even better, isn't it?
Waiting is all about that. You should have watched that
You
movie.
gotta look for the.
We gotta have a host that
all the
actually
seasoning.
watches movies.
We have to talk about Silence of the Lambs
Okay.
because that's a movie about a guy who eats people.
I've seen. I mean, obviously, I've seen the original like many years ago, and I barely remember it. You only have the trauma of it puts the lotion on the skin. But there's so many different remakes that I've seen.
Yeah.
Like the shows are
The
phenomenal.
show, which Matt Mickelson was great.
He was so good.
There was 2 sequels after it. So you
Hannibal,
had
which is
Hannibal.
like, I think that was in the early 2000s.
That was a direct sequel, and then you had Red Dragon, which is technically like a kind of a prequel. And then they made like a Hannibal, like when he was a young guy movie. Fun fact about that movie, about Silence of the Lambs. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
Anthony Hopkins won an Academy Award, lead actor, Academy Award for that movie. How long is he on screen?
Oh, he barely comes on. I'd say, 10 minutes?
Beagle?
I don't remember.
16 minutes.
Really?
16 minutes, and he won an Academy Award for
Yeah, well.
So it was mostly about Buffalo Bill or what?
Well,
It's
you
like
know,
Jodie Foster's
it's-
character and Buffalo Bill too, but he comes out probably less than
Yeah.
Anthony
It's really
Hopkins.
Jodie Foster.
Hello, Clarice.
And Scott Glenn, who's the other detective guy. I love that movie. I didn't know what Chianti was until I was older. I always thought Chianti was like a side dish. I didn't know it was
It's a wine.
Yeah, wine. Yeah.
The first time I saw it, and I was a television host. The first I was like, "Oh, we're gonna pair our food with a little Chianti," and I was like, you fucking idiot! How did you get this job, you idiot?
Fire him immediately.
I'm 22. I don't know what this is. I drink Miller Lite.
Oh my god!
You had money for Miller Lite?
So in Hannibal, he has like a. Should we do spoilers? I guess.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
Hannibal?
nobody's seen the movie from 1985.
Well, no, this is the more recent one. So spoiler alert. In the
From
end of that movie,
2015. When? Which one?
Hannibal, the one with Julianne Moore. She plays Clarice, not Jodie Foster. I think it's like 2000, 2002 maybe.
2001. It's
2001.
It's a long time ago.
So in that movie, spoiler, in the end of the movie, Hannibal has a Tupperware with a guy's brains that he cooked in that movie.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask, do you think they look delectable to you, like seeing him eat it?
Is that one of those moments when in a movie where your mouth watered and you're like,
actually,
man,
no, that definitely not.
that looks good.
But I mean,
Must be Jello or something.
there's like weird. I don't know if they're cults or something like that, but they're weird people out there that they eat the sack or babies kept in.
Oh, is it the placenta?
The placenta. There's a lot of people.
Yeah,
That's
they're saying
technically
that women
cannibalism.
should eat their own placenta because it puts like the minerals and the vitamins back into their body.
And that's
I mean,
why
I
I
don't
my
know
own
if
boogers.
that's-
You know, you just keep recycling. Drink your own piss. Eat your own boogers. You know, salt.
Yeah, you can't.
Salt.
You can't you can't afford to.
Let me tell you, the food that they cooked in the series from 2013 was very delectable.
Yes. Okay.
You have to rewatch it. It made cannibalism super fancy. It was like Michelin star level cooking. It's like if Gordon Ramsay would cook.
Right. But if
human
Gordon
brain.
Ramsay was very calm and chill.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm thinking food. I'm just thinking food, and I just thought of this right now. Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
Him keeping the tater tots in his pockets.
Yeah.
Was weird, right? I was not
yeah.
insane,
Yeah,
right?
very weird.
Definitely.
I was thinking about that like the whole time.
The whole movie is weird. He's weird. Everything
He's
about the movie is
weird, yes, but like, I mean, that's the point of the movie.
It's like they're like, oh, let's find the weirdest things that anybody can do.
I would say his favorite food, quesadillas.
Quesadillas.
I think at that point we all started calling them quesadillas, right?
Ooh.
That's the way you say it. Like if you don't speak Spanish, quesadilla. That sounds right to me.
I want a quesadilla.
Yeah.
I do too. Okay, we got to the most. I think we're gonna get.
It's
to
just
the
like a
most,
buddy of mine in
30
college, an American
know.
dude, a friend of mine. He used to call pollo tropical polo tropical.
dude. Murder him.
Can we go to the tropical poles?
Really quick, this is gonna be the most controversial moment of our podcast. Are you ready?
let's
Are you
Yeah.
sure I said Hawaiian
Because,
pizza was delicious?
I mean, that was pretty bad, but get ready, get set. What was the best type of potato?
What's the best type of potato? Like
Yeah.
the best way to
We talked about
prepare a
mashed potatoes,
potato?
talked about tater tots, and we have talked about fries. What's the best type of potato? What's the best type
I
of
mean,
preparation?
honestly, the best potato is a French fry. I mean, there's no better way of eating a
I don't
potato.
know. Some people argue.
Well, what are the
tater
different
tots.
kinds? What do we have here? We have potato soup. We have mashed potato. We have
Baked
latkes.
potato. Loaded baked potato.
Loaded baked potato.
You can load up fries. You're never gonna beat fries.
What about chips?
Tater tots. Some people are tater tots.
Tater tots depends.
Hash brown.
Hash brown.
A good hash.
Oh, the McDonald's hash
Ooh,
brown.
good
is so
McDonald's
good.
hash brown.
I mean, I'll say that Burger King has a better hash brown.
They don't have hash brown. They
Yes,
have.
they do. They have those little.
We have tater tots technically, but
Tater tots.
they're round
they're kind of hashy.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're they're like
Flat.
coins.
They're so greasy.
so good.
I
They
don't
give me diarrhea, but it's so good.
I don't like those.
I will agree with Pico reluctantly that the French fry is the best form of potato. But I will make an argument for a nice potato wedge. Oh, R.I.P.
But that's a French fry. That's a
no,
big,
it's not.
thick
They're
French
two
fry.
different things. Two
It's
different
like saying,
things.
oh, you know what's different from a French fry? A steak fry and a curly fry. That's all the same thing.
No. A potato wedge, R.I.P. the KFC potato wedge.
They don't make them anymore?
Do we miss you? Yes, I do not make them anymore.
Wow. Well, you can go to
Fuddruckers
Publix.
still has the potato wedge.
They do still have the potato wedge.
Go to
in Fuddruckers.
Publix and get some potato
God, now I
wedges
want
sometime.
Fuddruckers.
Place is good.
Oh my God! Oh, guy, now I'm hungry.
Have you ever seen that baked potato where they like turn the inside into mashed potato, then they load it up? Looks so good. Like they like put butter and sour cream, and then like with the skin still intact.
yeah.
You've seen it, haven't you?
I mean, it sounds delicious. Listen,
Yeah.
the best potato, if we're going to waste potatoes, is a potato skin. It's practically like a big French fry, then loaded with stuff inside of it.
Have you guys seen this guy who makes a burrito? Then he chops up the burrito and he puts it as seasoning into another burrito, and then he makes like 4 mini burritos, and then he chops that all up
That
and he
must be
puts
the
it
most
into.
flavorful thing ever.
I think it's debaucherous, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's like ungodly. I think that there should be a certain amount of times you can do that before you do it.
Before it's like illegal.
Yeah, because it's like you're trying to crack a matrix code right now. You're trying to see the code behind the matrix of food. We're gonna be talking about food way too much here, David. You gotta
this is
really
great.
find an
This is
ending to
great.
this.
We're gonna have some good
I
stuff
am
here.
gonna. I can talk. I don't know if you can tell. I can talk about food a lot.
Yes.
And that's
I think
why
we
we
talked
chose you as
about-
the guest.
And we haven't even talked about the most important food movie of all time,
What's that?
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Is chocolate food, though?
I mean, you eat it. It's food. It's food, Pico.
Bro,
Don't
it's
give me that look. It's
food.
food. Chocolate is food. It's
Candy is food. If you were one of the kids in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, who would you be?
I don't know who I'd be, but I know that I would jump into that chocolate river head first.
Drinking the fizzy pop. Well, you want to talk about like a food that I wish I had?
What's that?
The fizzy drink, the fizzy lifting drink that lifts you up into.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you have
yeah,
to fart
yeah.
and burp your way out of it. Oh man, God, it was awesome being a kid in the 80s and 90s.
Rest
There's
in
some
peace,
good movies.
Gene Wilder.
Gene
Rest
Wilder,
in peace, Gene
R.I.P.
Wilder.
But you know what? I think we covered some really good food movies. We talked about some really good meals and food items, and I don't know, I feel extremely hungry right now, and we just ordered Uber Eats and it's about to arrive. So I think this is a perfect point in the podcast to say goodbye. And thank you so much for watching. But before we go, Raul, plug yourself.
Okay, guys, you can follow me on all social media at Funny Raul on all social media. Make sure to come out to our comedy shows. Dade County Comedy. Pico's part of them. I'm part of them. David, we would love to always have you out. And come out to our comedy shows. We do them all throughout the week. And I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Pico.
Follow me on all platforms, Pico TV, and you want to look at pictures of my butthole, then I might open up an OnlyFans. But that's only if you subscribe.
Thank you very much, guys. And follow us at Macho Cine Talks on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. We're all over the place. If you want to keep watching awesome podcasts where dudes just talk about the movies that we love and why we love them. Thank you very much, and see you on the next one. Peace.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
All right.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Lights, camera, action, let's roll!